Alright, we are back. Earlier than I thought we'd be, actually. I won't be streaming for too long today. I have a thing on in a little bit, so I probably will only be going for 2 hours-ish. But I think that's more than enough time for us to get to a decent spot here. We have, of course, had our particularly grievous interaction with the... Right, I'm going to need to turn off those steel bars, I think, for now. Yeah, most of these have been done to a specification, I guess, which is more than enough. Make sure you get that silver warhammer done, though. What else did I want to do? I wanted to get rid of the smelting the native gold ore, smelting galena ore, hematite, and magnetite. Why are we making charcoal? Probably because we have enough refined coal. Yeah. I'll also turn off the smelt native platinum for now. Just so that way we can do a little bit of building up. I do wish there was a way for me to find specific ores. Twitch was being a bit odd there. I couldn't see what was going on. Right. That's good. Now. Where are you out here? Do we not have enough? We do have enough for these. Oh, we don't have enough tombs designated. Do we not? No, we have a bunch of them designated. Why are you bringing... Oh, someone else is... So someone's hauled it out here and then someone else is hauling it back down. No. Maybe? I should probably turn off the dwarves in here, can I? Yeah, dwarves shouldn't go there. Well, that's a bit of a mistake on my behalf. Hopefully it doesn't take too long for them to get moved out of here and moved into the actual basement, where they will be buried properly. I want to use this as our sort of egg box area. So this is where like all of our egg laying animals will go. Put in some more doors here. And now beds and stuff. Doesn't matter nearly as much as it did before we lost 20 dwarves to the war. But it does help. Hey, Red. Welcome to the party. How was your day? Well, it wasn't too bad. Had some good conversations with people today about things that need to get done. So all in all, it was productive. Are you dead? No, I think you still exist in the fortress. Yeah, there you are. You're not in the military, so there isn't really any reason for you to die. Also, this is what you look like, Red. They added this in the newest update. They added actual portraits for dwarves. So you actually have a portrait now. I like your beard. I mean, you never know, Red. You never know until you try. Cool. That's enough space for our dwarves to put in their egg layers, so they will produce eggs that we can eat. Dwarves are training. Where are you wearing your uniform? Oh, I see the problem here. You guys should have iron. not steel. I forgot again to save that. I am having moments, it seems. So essentially what happens is that if you don't assign the material, they will take the best material they can find. So for example, if you have a helmet, and one is iron and one is steel, they will gravitate towards taking the they will take the best stuff. Excuse me, I just had my dinner, and it was a little heavy, but it tasted really good. So it's hard to argue. Maybe I should have us make some more food. Wait a second, what stockpile is this? It's food and prepared stuff. So then if I go over to here, this stockpile is just prepared meals, and this stockpile is just drink, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Might as well have all meat and cheese in there as well. Hence why this one is quite empty. I think what this means is that they can still travel around and stuff, which means that they might still be able to do things when they're, you know, training and stuff like that. Or if, you know, it ends up in a situation where we have to put a civilian alert on and they're stuck on it for a very long time, they can still go around and do things. That's a troll. It's not fighting us. It just lives here? Apparently. Well, fine, I guess. So essentially the idea with assigning a massive burrow is that people can still, you know, go around and sleep in their own beds and visit things and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this has filled out quite a lot in the interim. So I am going to go ahead and start digging out more. Now the hope would be that we don't need more graves anytime soon, and that what we have set up is more than good enough. However, this is Dwarf Fortress, and anything can spawn at any time. As we learned last time, we had 2 pretty big waves of cave dwellers and 3 forgotten beasts. 2 of which they couldn't interact with us, obviously, but 1 of which was actively, you know, something that killed 20 of our dwarves. Oh, there's coal there. Dig out that coal. I am actually going to turn off gypsum here, I think. Gypsum's turned off. Lignite and coal is turned off. Where's our lignite and coal going? Oh wow, we're nearly out of wood. Okay. Head down here. Chop down these 2 trees. Chop down that tree. This tree. There's a bunch of them there. Chop all those down. Let's see if there's any that spawn down here that we can reach. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Absolutely fantastic. That's more than enough trees for now. It'll help us rekindle our need for them. There it is. We also always seem to be getting things made out of vomit, which isn't very good for our dwarves. In the case of they're quite difficult to kill because they're made out of vomit. Lignite. That's coal, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong though. Could be iron. I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head. I think lignite is coal though. Which is more coal because we do need it. We do actively need coal because we have yet to find the magma layer. Yeah. I think this is more of it, is it? Yeah. So just dig out that. Got any more? Gypsum. There's hematite there, which is iron. Go ahead and dig that out as well. And this over here. What's this? Limonite is also iron, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Oh, there's a troll. We've killed it. Oh no. So that'll be shipped outside, I'm pretty sure, at some point. Winter is upon us. Ooh, onyx. Very pretty gemstone. My birthstone. And there's coal there as well. Perfect. See, there is coal here in this wall, and I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to digging that out, given that, you know, it doesn't really matter. Also, wow, there wasn't really much hematite in that wall. Oh, troll blood is pale, apparently. Interesting. More dead grundles, huh? Yeah, there's a bunch of logs being moved upstairs. So that should mean we should have more logs appearing here. Why hasn't this been dug out yet? Oh, it's because it's a low priority. I would like this dug out, please. Because I want to extend my economic ore area with just a pure area for shale. For chalk. That's right. And I wanted to make this a temple. Because we don't actually have a temple for some dwarves who are unhappy about not being able to pray, which isn't good for their morale, which we don't want. We don't want unhappy dwarves. We want our dwarves to be as happy as possible. Furniture, offering place. And then we want to probably just engrave some of it. That should give more than enough value. Ooh, there's plump helmets there. Take those, they're free. Take that, it's free. Those are free. Those are free. It's almost always worth doing this in the cavern areas. Just seeing if there's anything that you can gather. Yeah, you see, this is the thing where they won't leave because they're unhappy. They will actively commit crimes against dwarfdom. And I do mean that in the very literal sense of they will attack other dwarves around them. Which, you know, not very cool. I think we technically have access to this area too now. Which is a lot more, what's the word? A lot more trees over here, I guess. Yeah, so we have 5 relatively unhappy dwarves, but we have dwarves moving from, like, unhappy to happy. And I think that's because some of the dwarves who want training are getting it. Why are you unhappy? You're a child. You've become less depressed. Okay. You're just being weird. You're a spirit dwarf. Alright, so you've been away from your family for too long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you off the training schedule so you can go do other things for a bit. Yeah, honestly, just dig all of this out. As well. Oop, I left a little thing at the end. Does that matter? No, it doesn't. Just get rid of it. Doesn't necessarily matter if it's a bit too wide or whatever, as long as it sort of fits the general aesthetic. Because this is our, like... what would be the phrase? This is our, you know, production area. Lots of furnaces and smelters and sort of stuff like that. How's this filling out? Not great. There is a bunch of stuff chopped, though, I think. If I go down here. What I think might have happened is that there might have been a bunch of beds in the production queue, and they immediately used up all of those logs to make more beds, which is fair. But what I can do... Oh, sure. Where's that? Oh, it's over here. Cool. What I will do is I will go over here and chop down this tree. That tree's marked. And I will mark all of these trees over here, because those trees are relatively close. Now what I could do if I wanted to is I could dig out another entrance over here, which I might do just for convenience sake. Because that might be faster in some way. Yeah. Dig us out a nice open path for our dwarves to get through. Wait, is someone bleeding? Yeah, you're bleeding. What happened? And you died. Oh, there's a cave crocodile there. I think that's what happened. That sucks. Yeah, look, these guys are all fighting this crocodile now. Oh my god, you guys are doing a terrible job. Please stop doing this. Is it dead? No, it's not dead. Finally, a spear dwarf showed up and did the job. My god, we've got like at least 2 wounded dwarves out of that and 1 dead. Maybe I should set these guys up for patrol, like maybe the militia or something up on patrol. Yeah, I think that's what I should do. We'll call this Route 1. You start there. You go to over here. You go up to over here. And you go over here. And then you... Yeah, go down here. We've mandated construction of certain goods, which I think will be either a... Oh no. It's gone. Interesting. That does suck, though. It does suck to lose another dwarf just after, like, a big fight. Also, we can stop making buckets. Bucket, there we go. Stop making those. We've plenty of them. Just want to make sure we have enough barrels for all of our food and stuff. You want 3 ballista arrows, my goodness. Just make iron ones. Make 3 iron ballista arrows. We have enough iron that it's not really that big of a deal. So you have plenty of it to spare, and I will just turn on. Yeah. That's fine. You guys do that. Get on it. Did you lose anyone? Nope. Ooh, we have a Fey mood. You still have everyone. Good. You have everyone currently. You guys are still getting geared up, but you're doing well. Let me check your equipment here. This should be steel. Might not have a steel one to find. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, you're still there. You're gathering stuff. What skills do you have? You're a dabbling carpenter, a dabbling bone carver, and a dabbling stone cutter. And I think what you've done now is you're going to make yourself a legendary legendary bone carver, which is probably one of the least useful skills in the game. But at the very least, it will, you know, be nice to have. We want to go back down here and sort out this bit. Yes. So what I want to do is I want to paint a big old stockpile here. And I want this to be... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Stone. All metal ores. And then next to that, I want stone, economic, chalk, and that's it in that stockpile. Did you mandate anything else? No. Just the ballista arrows. Okay. Since these guys are now a professional military, well, these guys are actually professional military, I'm going to essentially set all of these guys up to train constantly. Except I'm going to edit the monthly schedule. Edit. Yes, I want at least 7 people to train, but I want to copy this, and once every 3 months, they will all have a month off. Yep. As for the other guys, Let's see what your training need is like. Red Moogle, you need to train. So I guess you're going in the military for a bit. One of our miners. A broker. And now, you guys can train for a bit. So, in general, it's a good idea to have a lot of dwarves with some military skill. Just because it can help with, you know, if you need to all of a sudden assign a bunch of dwarves to your military. Because you go, oh, I have a bunch of stuff here that all of a sudden I need to train because... Sorry, I have a bunch of stuff here all of a sudden that I have to deal with. Even if they're only militia trained, like they have a competent level of spearmanship or a competent level in some sort of military skill and a competent level of shield use. That's better than having no skill going up against anything with any skill. If you understand what I mean. It's better to go up against something with some skill of your own versus going up against something with absolutely zero skill at all. And you do notice the difference, especially when it comes to fighting maybe bigger armies or foes that you spot at times. However, I will admit, and probably saying this means we're going to have a big siege appear in the next few minutes. We have yet to really come across any major force of evil we couldn't deal with just by closing our gates and letting our traps sort of do the work for us. I've jinxed it now. Indeed I have, Red. What I'm really hoping for is that the next wave that we get, like the next big wave of dwarves we get, is like 20 people, if not a bit more even. Just because we need those to replace the people we lost. And it genuinely wouldn't hurt to have some more dwarves around. I am starting to notice like a slowdown in hauling and production and stuff because of the fact that we have 20 less dwarves. So you see 162 up here. You have to remember currently there is 10, 20, 30, 35 dwarves of that who are not available to do anything other than train right now. Which means that it's not really 162, it's really 128. If I'm doing my math right, 127. And then of that, there are dwarves who will not do anything other than specific things. No, they haven't been constructed yet. Why haven't they been constructed yet? Yeah, screw it. Just make wooden ones. It's fine, it'll get done a lot faster. Yeah, look, we have two dwarves here as well who are currently in medical care. Because they were attacked by that by the cave, what's it called? Cave, by the cave crocodile, which sucked, by the way. Like, the volume of people who we've just lost is a decent chunk of our fort. However, I am moderately considering the idea of maybe doing something with, like, egg layers only. Crundles lay eggs. Oh my goodness. Now, you know, I don't even think I'll do that in the end. I'll leave it there for now, but I'll think about it, basically. What I am thinking is that in the future I might set up our oh wow, this is a lot of coal you're digging out there. Well, it's fair enough, I guess we need it. But what I might do in the end is I might end up setting up a bunch of things that I'll say I'm going to set up, and then I'll set them up off camera just because they're a pain. And he made a pickaxe? Or like a pick of some kind? Hang on, I think it was here. Yeah, it's a pickaxe. 8,000 bucks. Oval claystone cabochons decorated with crundlebone and encircled with bands of iron and trillion cut lavender jades. Menacing spikes of chorl and kaolinite. On the item is an image of rose cut gems and crundlebone. Image of 2 forgotten beasts and sheepwool. A wear monitor in kaolinite as well. Alright, we're going to assign something new here, just because we might as well. It's a bone pickaxe with lots of stuff decorating it. It's crazy how, like, complex they can make these things. One of the funny ones I've seen is where they will make a item, and on that item there will be an image of the item itself. So it'll be like a reoccurring thing of, like, there's an image of on this item of itself, essentially. Weather is cleared. Very nice. What's that? Oh, it's ice. There's ice here. Interesting. So hang on, let me just head down here for a moment. Because if I remember correctly, over in this corner, we ran into... Yes, here. Ran into this. Yeah, so this definitely is not the magma sea. It is just a end game object, I believe. this? Oh, cobaltite. There's a giant bat fighting. Huh. Oh, there it is. So now what this means is that there's going to be a bunch of dwarves obviously over here doing training, which is good. People are learning how to train. They're getting better at stuff. This guy's only dabbling, but he actively has a lot that he can learn. So for example, this guy, they are a lot better if I remember correctly. No, you're still dabbling. Hang on, let me pull up our... Yes, this is our militia commander, who is accomplished at a couple things and they're talented as an organizer, but they're also legendary fighters, legendary observer, a grandmaster disciplinarian, and a high master spear dwarf. Like, these guys are very good at their particular skills, so this guy training people wouldn't be a bad idea. And that's why having him around means that at the very least our other dwarves can learn. So for example, this guy, Adept, which is very good. I should clarify. He's very good for the level that we have. How did you get up there? Well, you're seriously injured. Obviously, someone comes over and constructs this pretty quickly. Also, you know what? Not you. You guys. Update your equipment, and then kill that thing. You guys are not entirely fully trained yet, so you have the advantage of learning more by getting into a fight. So yeah, you can see they're running away from the groups of people. But I don't really want to finding like dwarves on their own, which is usually what happens. Oh, more coal. Yeah, so he's going for it. You're a competent surgeon, a competent bone doctor, and an adequate diagnostician. Probably a good thing that you got hit in the leg, so that means you at the very least know what to do. Alright, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take you guys off your training. Why is no one looking after this guy? I honestly don't know how they got up there. I think, well, one of them obviously climbed across the wall to get to the other person there. But I don't know. Also, I think the reason why these people aren't actually being given water is because we don't have any. Even though we should, because we have a water source, I'm pretty sure, marked over here. Yeah. I think we also should have one marked down here. Because this is water. This counts as water if we go to dig it out. Yeah. So, what I'm going to... I don't know. I think... I'm very unsure. Oh, something died over here. Did it finally die? No, there's a giant olm there. Very weird. So yeah, this river is basically frozen right now because of the fact that it's midwinter. Can't redo it himself? Yeah. The way it should work is that doctors or children should give them water. Because the kids are essentially assigned to do that. Kids can, like, give... what's the word? Kids will give... dwarves water, essentially, in order to, you know, make sure they don't die when they're on the table for too long, because same with cleaning and stuff like that. Like, dwarves will essentially not use anything other than water, and it sort of seems like I went a little bit too far north. If I maybe deployed like a few blocks further south, we would have been in an area where it wouldn't have gotten cold enough in the winter for us to have this happen. But since obviously enough we're in an area that's far enough north that there's enough cold that the river freezes in the winter, and it's currently midwinter, which means that maybe in, let's say, I don't know if, like, I think it's only a month long per season is usually how it works. Also, I'm unsure on how this is going to work now that there's a flowing water source here. But let me just see if that fixes it. Also, I'm not too worried because it should just flow straight down and like into this water, which is far enough down that, you know, we're safe enough. Where is, there it is. Let me just see if that fixes it. I don't know. I don't think it will, but it doesn't hurt for me to try at least. No water source. Let me go up here. Just remove that. And then let me just go down here. And remove all of these water sources. So they will essentially take the water from anywhere they can find it now. Or what I might need to do is, somewhere in this fortress, I might need to dig a really big, like, cistern and have the river fill it up. Like, what I could do is, since this is the last level where the river is, I could essentially wall off an area and have, you know, the water flow into a cistern, I guess. I'm kind of just thinking like what would be an idea there, but I don't know if that would work in the long term. But it is something to think about, I guess. You guys still stranded? Yeah, you're still stranded up here. And you're hungry. Right, so this has been made, but this hasn't been made. So if I was to do that, hang on, let me do a little bit of planning here. So if I go back up here, so this is where the waterfall ends, and it flows that way. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to connect it up to our main fort, because otherwise anything below this will basically drown. It will obviously flow down here. I think it will hit the bottom of this and then start filling up, because that's how this works essentially. It would fill up everything down here, then it would fill up this level, it would start filling up this level, and maybe eventually go to here and start going down, and that would mean it would end up going out into the, like, you know, into this area eventually. I'm not entirely sure how the water physics would work on that, but I guess what my answer to there would be is, like, you know, essentially like dig out an area above where you want the waterfall to end. So if you're doing this here at this side, you're digging in, let's say like this, not like that, all, you're just digging in straight like that, you're putting in a nice area, and then you're digging out a bunch of space to fill up with water, and then you would, well, essentially you wouldn't be doing that, you'd be doing dig a channel, you'd be digging a massive essentially channel here, and maybe like a down ramp there, so that people can get in and out of it. You would then essentially go over to here. You would then dig out like a walkway over to here, I guess. Yeah, because this would fill with water, and it's not exposed to the air, so I don't know if it would freeze or not. My brain is having a moment. I'm not entirely sure if that would work, but it might be something we have to consider doing. That, or we just have to like assign an area as a pond and fill it out. It's a lot of options. Also, I want to see, how is this doing? Is this actually... Yeah, so it's actively flowing out to here and then into the water here. Which I think means, technically, the only way right now for us to get to this area is from our exit that we've made over here. I hoped that an actual flowing water area would help. Apparently didn't. I do wonder if I can construct a wall here. No, I cannot. So now I've essentially made that happen, and I don't think I can put it back. I don't think I can fix this unless I like... I think I need to figure out a different one. Oh my god, what the fuck? A giant cave toad. Okay. You guys are going to kill that giant cave toad, because we're not dealing with any more death up here. Alright, you know what? Screw it. Here. Dig there and up. Yeah, both of these people are now starving and dehydrated. I think we have one more month of winter to go before we're... Yeah, we're in late winter now. I think it's a month per, like, time span, basically. It's a month for early winter, a month for midwinter, and then a month for late winter. And I think, so, maybe even at some point during late winter, this will defrost. Because I don't think it freezes here. I think it freezes, like, up the map, essentially. Oh. So... what I'm going to do... So what would happen was that we dig out this. And then we dig down another ramp. No, we just dig that out normally. Then this would all be a giant cistern, basically. So every single level you do, you dig out another area. So what I will do is that. And I will just do a normal thing around it. This is something I've never really tried before. A lot of the time, this would not be something I would think about. Yeah, so you're no longer stuck there, but people need to help you out, I think. Alright, well, you won. So these guys are getting better at combat with every single combat they get into. which is good. Can I save scum? Kind of. Essentially what I can do is there is a way to save to alternative timelines in this game. So what would essentially happen here, as long as I do something like this, is I would make a save now, for example. I would then basically then I would name it something different. And that would allow me to, you know, go back and forth between that save and this save, say. Now, some people will say, oh, that's sort of considered a faux pas in the Dwarf Fortress community. It should, you know, people will say that, oh, once you've made a save, you should never go back or you should never change it. You should always, like, stick to the save that you've made and, you know, all that. And I'm like, I don't necessarily disagree with the concept there, but I also think that sometimes when you're trying something that's very different than what you're used to doing, it's never a bad idea to have a backup save. Ooh, alert. Oh, you died of dehydration. Okay. So you just lost a doctor to dehydration. Oh, did you get hurt? Yeah, other people got hurt as well. So you're thirsty. So I think what this means is I think this person might survive. But that does mean now we've lost another dwarf. We're down to 161 pops. Which, man, this, I mean, I will admit, it does suck immensely. We don't want hematite. We don't want lemonite. We don't want magnetite here. Because those are iron-bearing ores. They should go over here. More coal. Good. And lignite as well. So I'm going to try this. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get to, you know, not necessarily, you know, I don't know if we're going to have enough time before the river defrosts for us to get a bunch of stuff done. Is this filling up? So this is considered water. Like actual water. Not muddy water. I think the game might also be having a small heart attack right now because of the physics involved in this. No water source. See, I won't lie, I'm a little worried about this filling up and flooding our lower levels. Ooh. It's also raining right now, which I don't necessarily think counts. Oh, giant bat. Okay. So I am going to give this a go. I'm going to try it. I will, however, save and continue playing. Before water attempt. Just in case, because it's going to be quite... This is going to be quite fishy. Yeah, so I am going to give this a go. I do think, as you can see over here on the map, it's updated. What the hell? Oh, what? Currently, these birds are being pretty fishy, apparently. I don't know what's going on here. So you can see there's a difference between water and open space here. So if I scroll down again, we get muddy water. So this is actually water. So I don't know if the game is having a moment in that it's like my layering of water on top of muddy water has caused it to actually just become oh look, it's actually defrosted. So if that guy had survived a few more days, we would have been okay. Let me just throw down a water source here. But that's fine. So that means that I won't be attempting to do this for a bit. Because as you can see, this is just water. This brook is just considered water. And if I go down here to this level, this is considered water. This is considered water, but it's considered muddy gabbro cavern floor. Because it's actively not pure water, it's muddy water. Which I don't think they will give to their, they can't clean you with dirty water. And I think what they're saying is that this is considered clean water compared to the dirty water that you find, you know, in this cavern layer. And I think it's the same for all of our cavern layers. I think... Does this have any water anywhere? I think it does. Maybe not, actually. Maybe we can't see any water on this level. What's that? Oh, it's a Batwoman. And then... Yeah, so there's no water on the second cavern layer, but on the third cavern layer there is. We know that. We've seen it. It's over here. But yet again, it's muddy. So it's not clean water. So I don't necessarily know if there's some sort of weird, like, you know, what's the word? Qualification. Where it's like, that water isn't clean, so I'm not going to use it to drink. I'm not going to give it to a sick person to drink. Also, they've been buried, I think, have they? Yes, a lot of these have filled up very quickly. Burial. Let me put in some more coffins. And then I will make these tombs once they are placed. More hematite. Where's this? Oh, this is our... Yeah, so as you can see, the dwarves have basically dug out a slope here, which means that they will be able to get up and down here pretty easily. What I'm probably going to do is make like a swimming pool ladder over here in the corner, where also this will probably need to be a layer deep, actually. Not a slope, a channel. So what I think is essentially the situation is I will dig all this out. I will put a floor in here. I will have someone dig out here and dig a channel, and then this will all fill up with water. Ooh, alert. A gremlin. Where are you? You're down here. Okay. You. Kill it. You'll notice, by the way, I'm not sending our spear dwarves as much anymore, because I want our other dwarves to learn. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's pretty harsh, Mike, you know, sending dwarves to kill things so they'll learn. But that is the easiest way to get them to learn. In fact, what's considered a good way to get dwarves to learn combat skills is to essentially build like an area like this, or like a combat zone, basically, where you build a little walled area with a single door in it. You set the inside of that as the barracks. You set the squad you want there to do it. You set them as training. Yeah, you XP farm it. And then you put a violent creature in there, like, say, this goblin, for example, who's a thief, and they will kill the goblin thief and gain some experience from it. Ooh, this has been dug out. Might as well put in some more doors here. Ooh, no. Yeah, have a show. Some dwarves actively disdain combat. Like, they get bad thoughts from being in combat or witnessing what we would consider trauma, which is like death or anything of that nature. Which is why there's a filter on the military screen when you're recruiting for that sort of thing. So while it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea in, like, you know, a more like, let's say, you know, I took this fortress, right, and I ported it over to D&D or something. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make Rounded Axe of the Lion an actual thing in, you know, a D&D game, say. And I wanted that to be like a thing. I could very easily say, yeah, 100%. These guys exist, and they have an amphitheater with these, you know, where they will put on fights with their, you know, their military dwarves will, you know, what's the word? Will take on the enemies that they catch in cages who try to attack their fortress, which works as like a bit of theater, I suppose. But I'm not too sure on how it would work mechanically other than that in this game. There's more elk stuff around. Don't know if we need as many brewers as we have here, but it doesn't hurt, I guess. Let's throw you in there. Cool. Happy with that. That's good. Oh, you're just a... I was like, what the hell is that sneaking around? I was like, oh, it's just someone's pet. This game has put me on edge. Bedrooms. Multi. 10 more bedrooms created. Great. Lots of space for all of our dwarves. I think we have plenty of bedroom space. Also, I don't know if I like the idea of the fact that I've sort of negated this place to only ever be this wide, but hey. It's a pretty big space. Oh. It's a pretty big space on, like, you know, the dwarven level. This is a massive area for our dwarves. What I might do is I might make a second barracks. Just to store some more things. Oh, we're filling up with shale. Also, I'm going to take off Kalanite. Because it's not really worth anything to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a big old stockpile up here. And have this be like our Kalanite stockpile. Just because, honestly, Kalanite has... I think it's basically a claystone. Hang on, I think I saw a block of it up here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. It's a claystone. So it doesn't really have much use outside of a clay industry, and we don't have one of those. It might be useful to trade it, maybe. But, you know. See if anyone will buy it or start a pottery. Yeah, I might do that. I don't actually remember. I don't necessarily think it's part of the crafts dwarf thing. I think it's its own industry, for lack of a better word. So it should be in workshops here. Furnace maybe? Kiln? Yeah. Obviously, I don't know if I want to... I don't think I want to waste my stuff on that. Also, let me just go in here to our hauliers. And let me just make sure the only thing you guys are doing is this. For a bit. Just so that way maybe a bunch of this stuff, like all of this chalk and stuff, would be nice to have in the industry area. As you can see, however, this is taking quite a while to dig out. It's a lot of space. And the coal in there and the hematite it's good. It's good stuff. So it's worth kind of maybe putting on a little bit of a... Uh-oh. Okay, what are you wearing? Copper. Iron. So you're just wearing a copper breastplate and and wielding an iron crossbow. What do you have? You have an iron breastplate. That's it. You have an iron crossbow and an iron breastplate. Okay. Activate civilian alert. I'm going to give it a couple ticks. I'm just going to see if there's anyone out here who is a bit far out. You're probably the furthest one out. Yeah, it looks like you're the furthest one out. Where are you going? Oh no, you were the furthest one out, definitely. And they're over here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down here. This isn't linked to anything anymore. No. This should be linked to this gate. Yes. I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. A couple more ticks for all of our dwarves to get inside. Pull the lever. Oh, there are also thieves around. Grand. The gate is now up. So as you can see, these guys are now going away. These guys, however, are not. Oh, native gold. Yeah, there's a lot of good ores down there. Okay. We have 9 invaders here. We have a Mark's Goblin, a Mark's Dwarf, a Goblin Bowman, Goblin Crossbowman, Mark's Dwarf, and a Mark's Dwarf. And it doesn't look like any of them are wielding any particular weapons that make me go, okay, you're scary. So I don't think they have any way in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this play for a bit. The Snatchers are obviously running away because they don't have any way into the environment anymore. What are you? There's a yak bull there, it looks like. You're probably dead. Because you're outside still. What the hell? Oh, I saw them through the gap here, it looks like. Yeah, there's a gap in that ceiling. So now if I go back up to here, they just sort of seem kind of lost. They will meander towards our area. You, and you, I want to head out to here. And you go away. You, I want to head up here. Because you should be able to see them and take shots at them from up here. Because of these fortifications. And what I might do at some point is simply drop the gate and run out at them once they've taken enough hits, or once I feel like, okay, they're, you know, they've only got a limited amount of ammunition as well. Now what might happen is that a couple of them might hit these traps as well, which would be nice. But I don't know how that will go. We have enough food and drink to last us for a decent amount of time. Also, I'm not going to turn off the civilian alert yet, because people will want to go through this gate, and that might mean... Right, so what are you using? You've got leather armor with a mail shirt, leather trousers. You've only got 10 bolts on you, which isn't good, but hopefully all of you have bolts on you. Yeah, you have bolts. Why don't you have bolts on you? You have bolts. I need to figure that out. I need to take some time later on and figure out why my dwarves don't all have bolts. Yeah, so you're seeing them shoot. Back and forth. Did you fall? You fell. Oh, fuck off. There wasn't a hole in that wall, was there? Pull that lever once. That dwarf is dead. Like, that dwarf is dead. Like, there's no way you're gonna survive. Yeah, they're in an unreachable location. They are currently, okay, so you two. Then go out here. The second you can get out there, get out there. Yep. We're going out there now. Where the hell are the rest of my dwarves? Like, what's taking them all so long? Well, these guys dropped their shields, it looks like. How are they doing health-wise? Not good. You're fine somehow. You're not fine. Right, so we've lifted the siege. Cleared the civilian alert. You two, get the hell out of here. And let me just take you guys off training constantly for a bit. Are you dead? No, you are seriously injured though. So, what I might have to do... Also, let me just... Yeah, there's a hole there. I don't think that hole was always there. I could, however, have forgotten to place it there. Let me just make sure all the corners are filled. Yeah. It looks like it anyway. What about you? You're also seriously injured. You're tired and pale. You got severe blood loss. One of our dwarves have picked up one of their friends. So this went weirdly. Because of one very simple reason. It seems like the second our military our spear dwarves. Sorry, not our spear dwarves. Our spear dwarves just were missing. I don't know where these guys were. But they were just missing. In the most literal sense, I don't know where they were. And that might have made a pretty big difference, given that you know, if they had been able to shoot, if all of them had been able to shoot, maybe they wouldn't have died. Maybe we wouldn't be in a situation where like the two people who were here at the time died because they literally jumped off this wall up here and dived down to the ground to fight them because they didn't have any ranged weapons. They didn't have any ammo for their ranged weapons, which, yet again, absolutely wild. That's what a dwarf will do, is just charge at things. I don't know if there's like something I can do to change that particular bit of thing, like a, you know, what's the word? Behavior. You're unconscious, you're pale. You're unconscious, you're seriously injured. You're unconscious and seriously injured. Okay. You. You will no longer be in the military. You. You're a wood burner. I guess you'll have to do. It's largely because this guy is wounded beyond being capable of fighting. He can't stand. And I think you're the same. Yeah, Zephon. You. You also have to go. You're a talented armor user. That works for me. Essentially what I think was happening there was the reason why those dwarves move so slowly is because they're crawling. Can't say I was particularly fond of that one. Could have gone a lot worse, though. Elven caravan has arrived. We are, if you'd believe it, slightly okay with the idea of maybe buying some crutches from these people. And we can also buy some cheap fruit and stuff like that from these guys to make some more drink. And food as well, I guess. It's a lot of bituminous coal out here. What I might do as well, actually, is I might remove the trade depot from here and like move it over here. Just because. How goes the digging down here? It's decently enough done. Red has made some really nice coffins for the poor folks who've died. Okay, so you, which are our ranged units, you guys need to be constantly training. And let me just go to where your training area is. There it is. Yeah, there's a bunch of bolts that should be in here. Zero. I don't know. How many bolts do you take? Oh, you're hauling mugs right now. Probably because you're getting a drink. Just request the broker at the depot. You're sleeping right now, but that's fine. So far, this hasn't gone so bad. We've only lost one dwarf. We have not, however, had any waves of immigration. Right, are you here yet? No, you're still sleeping. That's fine. How's this going? So this water's very slowly filling up. Which is interesting. Yeah, so this is water here, even though it's got a dusting of mud in it. I don't know. I don't know if I believe you, game. You're storing items in bins right now. Probably means you got up, you got some food, you want to get a drink, all that. That's fine. We'll buy some more instruments off these elves because it's good to have more instruments. We will also probably buy whatever fruit they have for so we can make them into alcohol, which doesn't hurt. Oh look, there's some food being put up here. Nice. Ooh, diplomacy. Okay. The convenient thing is, we don't really chop down trees on the surface anymore. Oh, wow. Yeah, we don't really chop down trees on the surface anymore, thanks to the fact that the, thanks to the fact that the caverns have trees, and they don't count in Elvish eyes, because they're not surface trees, they're not the same tree, essentially. Ooh. The surgeon's been taken by a fey mood. Let's see what other skills you have, just in case there might be something else. So it might be a stone cutting or a carpenting thing, and that's basically going to be it. And we have our broker here. Excellent. What do you have? We can buy all of your logs, which we'll do. Some puzzle boxes, toy boats. What else do you have in here? You have a giant dingo, which is a giant dog, and you have a male and a female one. So I will take those. You have a llama as well. You have some wooden shields. There's some boxes, some scepters, some arrows, some earrings. Don't eat your seeds, but we'll take all your leaves and fruit. We'll take your splints, your crutches. How much is that? 2,000? Have some gemstones initially, just to sweeten it up a bit, and then a bunch of claystone mugs. I'll also probably give them some gems, just as like a, you know, as an option, essentially. Just to be like, hey, we understand that you're doing a lot of work and you're being really nice to us by not attacking us, even though we chop down trees. So here is some, you know, here's some gems to kind of leave us alone for a bit. And it's not like we have it's not like we don't have a lot of gems. We have over 55,000 dwarf bucks in value in gems alone. Which honestly is kind of wild. Now these guys can't take the same weight as the dwarves do, because the dwarves obviously come with wagons. So that does help. Alright, so they're making money now. How much money do they need to be at to start being happy with the mugs we're giving them? There's 1,000, 1,100. Is it at like 1,500 maybe? Yeah, 1,500. So we'll just trade that. And then we'll go in here and like grab some of the 40 value stuff. Like maybe 10 or so. 10 or 15 maybe. Oh, you're 60. Just give them a little bit. Give them like 800. Here you go. Here's a gift. Enjoy. No trader needed. You guys can take that stuff and go. They've taken a stoneworker's workshop, which is good. Let me just put in some more instruments in here. That, I guess. And that. Show, I think. Oh, you can't find a needed item. Well, you're gathering items, so you can find it. So up here, let me go in here. Oh no, I've already done this. I've already made a custom thing, didn't I? Yes, this detail here, I believe. This should be... No. We don't need this, so this can be deleted. Trainers. We have an expert animal trainer, a talented animal trainer. You two can do it. What's the... Maybe are you a blacksmith? You're adequate at it. Yeah, that'll do. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into here. I'm going to go into pets and livestock. I'm going to scroll down here. Should be... Now, can we not go in here and just assign anything that's in a cage? Cool. Now, can I pen pasture? Giant dingo. Now, can I train these dingoes? D-I... Very surprised that I can't train them. So if I scroll through here... Oh, it's here. Is it in other? The chinchillas are. Oh, the elk birds are too. Apparently, the dingoes don't count as trainable, but these elk birds do, which makes me curious. Might look into that in the future. Oh yeah, look at all the things we've killed. Oh my goodness. Goblins and cave bats. And there's our 3 forgotten beasts that we've killed. Bunch of crundles. Oh my god, a bunch of crundles. Chinchillas. That's one of the things that was killed by the other mystic beast. There was a named Crundle. 2 trolls we've killed. Some giant bats and ohms. Weird life. So I will actively leave it at that, I think. I need to get ready for something in a bit, so I'm just going to save the title here. And we're going to go ahead and raid. Smitchell is currently streaming, and they are doing a... what's it called? It is their streamiversary. So please feel free to say hello to them. Give them a quick raid. We'll drop in, say hello. If you guys need to leave, no worries. I'm going to have to go and get some stuff done for the rest of my day, so it's no worries. We will raid, and I will bid you all adieu.